Dead saved zombies? How did Mob of the Dead save zombies? We're going to get into that today. Welcome to the map analysis of Mob of the Dead, one of the best maps of all time, in my opinion. This is definitely a top 5 map for me. I love the storyline. Everything about this map is pretty great. So, I mean, without further ado, we might as well just go ahead and hop right into the map layout already. The first thing you're going to see is that maps are littered all over the place with the escape plan, the checklist, and also the map. Now, this map has very important areas: the infirmary, showers, warden's office, citadels, and the docks. The showers as well. So, these areas are very key for everything. So I think the upper half of the map is actually very, very good. I love this map. It's not too big, but I do feel that the second half of the map, having to go down there without stamina or having to use a gondola and call it up when it's not on your side is really, really annoying. I think we should have some better way of transportation to do that, because I feel like it just takes so long. Like, if you get a skull down there, it's actually so annoying to have to go back down there. And I just don't like going down there, especially since we don't have stamina on this map. And this map teased Mule Kick. This Mule Kick would have been the best perk on this map. Okay, maybe not the best, but this perk would have been so useful on this map. This might be the best map that Mule Kick's been on. But no. And also PhD, which would have probably saved us from the acid gat damage. Why do you keep teasing this to us? Do you hate PhD? Yes, they do, by the way. I don't know what the deal is with these trolls, and I don't like them, and I cry every time I see them. So, yeah, the map layout isn't the best with the second layer, but the bridge is sick. Everything is super cool about this map. The atmosphere is probably the best in zombies I've seen, at least. This atmosphere is sick. Absolutely epic. This map is honestly beautiful. It's not a die-rise ugliness. It's honestly a beautiful map to see, especially the rooftop. Beautiful, like, blue and black area, and all the orange fire and stuff that's destroyed. All this stuff is beautiful. So I think we should just go ahead and actually hop into the gameplay. Oh boy, where do I even begin? Everything about this map is fantastic. Let's go ahead and start with the Hell's Retriever. So, I feel like whenever you start this map, you always have a routine, okay? You always have a thing that you do in order every game. So, for me, it's to get to the first dog, then get to the laundry, and then go to the second dog, and then you can go down to the docks. And then you can fill up that dog, and then you can get the parts down there, and head back up, get the warden's office part, head up to the roof. But, that is sick. I feel like filling up the 3 dogs is also great. And then you can get access to the Hell's Retriever, which is a tomahawk boomerang-like thing, where if you throw it, it'll kill a few zombies and then return back to you, which you can actually turn into the Hell's Redeemer if you get enough kills on the bridge with the Hell's Retriever without using another weapon. You can then claim the Hell's Redeemer in Afterlife, which is a very sick little Easter egg. So, we can just go ahead and hop into the Blundergat as well. The Blundergat is one of the best wonder weapons, I think, in Black Ops 2, because of the fact that it is fun to use and pretty easy to craft. So you have to find, I believe it's 5 skulls around the map, 1 on the rooftop, 1 in the cell, 1 on a light post, another on a docks post, another in a warden's office electricity pole, power line thing, and I think that's pretty much all of them, I think. So, and then once you return to the warden's office, you can grab the Blundergat. Really sick shotgun-like weapon. Now, what's really cool is you actually have a choice here. You can either pack-a-punch the Blundergat to get the sweeper, or put in the Blundergat in the acid gat kit to get the acid gat, and pack-a-punch that to get the vitriolic withering, which is you need for the Easter egg. Very, very cool weapon. The acid gat literally attracts zombies, and then they will go to that little, like, acid thing, and then they will all explode into a million pieces. It's a great wonder weapon to use. I mean, just look at this footage. How could you not love this? Look at how easy this lifestyle is. It also has a pretty hefty amount of ammo, so, yeah. Now, before we talk about the whole plane thing, let's go and talk about Brutus. Brutus is the boss zombie of this map, and is actually the person you see in the beginning cutscene. And now he's a giant monster wearing armor and all this stuff. Now, Brutus is a tank boss zombie, but if you shoot his head or get it with the Hell's Retriever, he's actually very easy to take down. Honestly, I think he's actually a really sick person to the storyline. I mean, it's actually a great boss zombie. It's not too hard, not too easy. You know, you can't just take it down like a hellhound. But you also can't deal with it like a Drak Panzer. Okay, this is a pretty easy boss zombie. You know, it doesn't fire projectiles at you. It's actually a pretty good boss zombie. I like Brutus. The only thing I don't like is his screen shaking. Like, look at these 3 Brutuses on the bridge shaking my screen like crazy. What is this gameplay? Alright, so let's go and hop into one of the coolest parts about this entire map, the plane. So once you get all the plane parts, come them up to the roof and go ahead and build the plane. You can get on the plane with all players, or if you're on solo, you can just leave someone if you feel like it. But you can actually just go ahead and get on the plane, and you will... Okay, this is crazy to think about, but... So the real Alcatraz story was just like this, but instead it was on a boat, but this one is on a plane. Okay, you fly off on a plane, and guess where the heck you're going toward? Right toward the Golden Gate Bridge, okay? You hit into the Golden Gate Bridge, fall to the bridge, fall down to the Pack-a-Punch, and you can see the plane fly toward the ocean water. What a sick little thing. And also your characters will explain like a long quote about like why they're here or why they want this or something about that. It's sick, okay? What a sick Pack-a-Punch location. Blood of the Dead literally took this epicness out of the map. It's just watered down. Like, this is the best part about Mob of the Dead. It's the bridge. It's so cool and fun. You don't get power-ups on the bridge, actually, except for the one Brutus you kill at the beginning. But, you know, each round, more and more Brutuses will spawn. So I think 10 is the max, or 8 or something. So your screen will actually have a seizure, so, you know, that's not good. But if you feel like it, you can actually go ahead and escape through the electric chairs, literally die, and then you can enter Afterlife just like you did at the beginning of the game and go ahead and do whatever you were doing before that. What a sick little way to do Pack-a-Punch and get back to the normal map. This is sick. I love this. And this is actually one of the dopest things Zombies has ever done. So sick. Oh my god. Just a small little feature here, but when you so there's a brand new perk on this map that I think is actually best on this map than other maps. This is Electric Cherry. Every time you reload a weapon, it will send out an electric burst, electrocuting all zombies. So if you're in a sticky situation, this can actually get you out of it very easily if you just reload. The less ammo you have in a clip, the more shock damage it will do. So this is actually a great perk to get out of like a cornered situation. Very, very useful indeed, and I think it's actually best on this map. This is the only time we've seen a perk machine of Electric Cherry. It's on Mob of the Dead, and it fits perfectly. I mean, come on, electric chairs, Afterlife, getting shocked to death. Electric Cherry, of course. It's wonderful, honestly. So I could be wrong, but that's not all we had to talk about gameplay wise. Now, why did I save this for last? Well, it's always the best for last, and I think this is the best feature about Mob of the Dead, the Afterlife system. As soon as you spawn on the map, you have to revive yourself and shock something if you want double points in Afterlife. Afterlife is a way of powering up the map instead of flipping a few switches or flipping one switch to power up the entire map. Instead, you have you gain an Afterlife per round, and you spawn with 3. So you have to, each round, you pretty much have to electrocute a certain amount of things if you want to power up the map. So, for example, you have to power up the laundry room to get access to that. You have to power up perk machines. Power up, if you want some power-ups, you can power up like a little shock box thing. And you use this by getting either dying, which replaces quick revive, so it's actually way harder to actually lose because you have so many self-revives. Or you can actually go ahead and use a shock box to go down and shock things. So this is a great way of powering up the map, in my opinion. It's a much more different than just going ahead and flipping the switch. And in my opinion, it's actually better because, I mean, come on. It's way more fun to do this. So power up the entire map, and it's a really fun actually process to do. It might get a little repetitive for some people, but not for me. Shadows of Evil actually takes some pretty heavy inspiration from this, which we'll actually get to the ties between these maps in a second here. I think that's all we have to talk about gameplay-wise. So I think we can actually go ahead and hop into the storyline Easter egg. So before we talk about all the, characters and all that good stuff, we can go ahead and talk about why this map saves zombies. So previously we had 3 of some of the worst maps. Transit, Nuketown isn't that bad, but Transit and Die Rise are terrible maps, okay? One of them is bad, but kind of fun to play with randoms, but one of them is just bad in general. Okay, both these maps are bad. Nuketown is forgotten. So, it's just a bit of problems, really. This saves zombies, okay? First, Transit, the players kind of let down, but, sometimes the games have their weak spots. Honestly, people were pretty wanting to actually leave the community by the point of Die Rise. People did not even care about the next DLC, but Jason Blundell, a new developer, freaking love him. He created this wonderful map on Alcatraz Island. That is right, guys. San Francisco Bay, Alcatraz. Sick location. So that's how it saves zombies. It was a way better map than all the other previous garbage maps. Even some of them are in Black Ops 1, like Moon and Shangri-La. I like Shangri-La, but some people didn't. Okay, so this saved Call of Duty Zombies. Okay, great map. This is probably the best map to come out in the past few years. So actually, let's go and hop into the story. So, 4 mobsters, Sal DeLuca, Finn O'Leary, Billy Handsome, and Albert Arlington, aka Al, aka the Weasel. We're just gonna refer to him as the Weasel since that's what it's referred to in the game. But Sal DeLuca is the leader of the gang with Finn and Billy Handsome. Finn dealt with the money and was a gambler, and Mr. Billy Handsome was a psycho murderer. This man was a serial killer. And they were all sent, and Albert Arlington was just a weasel, pretty much, just a robber, just all that good stuff. All these people were sent to Alcatraz for their crimes. Alcatraz holds some of the worst criminals, and these are the worst of the worst. So, these people are sent here, and they come out with a plan to escape this island. So, first of all, Al actually kills the guard. I forgot his name. Ferguson. Kills the guard, Ferguson, which is Brutus. Kills the guard and then unlocks all the other cells for all the other inmates to get out. So, and then they're all in an endless cycle of death. They will continuously keep dying and going in afterlife over and over again. Now, for the cycle to be broken, Al has to kill the other 3. But for the cycle to continue, the 3 have to kill Al, which is the canon ending, which we find out later in the future, which was murder. Al was murdered on the rooftop. We'll get to that in a little bit. So, yeah, it's pretty simple, honestly, like a game, which it is. But this is honestly like a game, cycle broken if he kills them. Cycle's not fixed if they kill him. So, let's go and get into the Easter egg. The Easter egg for this map could have been way better. It's pretty annoying, the first step. So you have to find the bridge 3 times separately. 3 times you have to grab parts, aka gas cans. Really, really annoying. Then you have to get the golden spoon, which isn't too bad. And then you have to type in numbers in the number pad. Really not too bad of a step. You will have to do this in 2 afterlives if you're in solo. And then you get to one of the coolest parts in Zombies history and most informative. I'm not going to show all of these quotes that Ferguson tells, the guard that he tells, but he actually tells a lot about the crew and how they escape and their escape plan and how he dies. So I'm not going to show all of these things, so I am going to show the last one. So go ahead and take a listen at the last audio recording that you will hear in black and white mode on Mob of the Dead.
And so it was here, beneath the dark and stormy winter skies, that the hapless Arlington met his grisly end, bleeding to death on the cold concrete roof. For their participation in the murder, the 3 collaborators were sent to death by electric chair. Justice came swiftly. On the morning of January 19, 1934, the execution order was carried out.
So yeah, boys, Billy Handsome, Sal DeLuca, Finn O'Leary kill the Weasel on the rooftop, and the cycle continues. So Sal DeLuca and Finn O'Leary are actually 2 of the blood vials that Richtofen is carrying, I believe in Zetsubo or Blood of the Dead, or something along those lines. They're actually all these characters are very important characters, and they actually begin the premise storyline. Great characters, great Great map. I think that's going to sum up our whole entire thing. But we do have some ties in with Shadows of Evil. But I think we'll actually get to the ties in on Shadows of Evil, so you'll actually understand a little bit more. So, hope you guys did enjoy this map analysis. Top 5 map right here. I hope you guys know why now and why it saves zombies. And I hope you guys did enjoy this episode. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.